Hey guys, the Google said that by eating it will produce energy, but how exactly they produce energy?
Have you guys ever wondered what happens to your fat immediately steps in to sort the macros? Blue bot chop down carbohydrates converting complex sugar directly into glucose, while the red bots handle the proteins splitting them apart into vital amino acids. And yellow bots break down lipids into fatty acids and glycerol.
Aha! Let's look at the science here. Digestion is all about turning macronutrients into micronutrients so our cell can actually absorb them. Big chemical structures must be broken down into small and simple units. To summarize the chemistry, carbohydrates from your roti canai and sugar are broken down into glucose. Lipids, the fats from the coconut milk and sambal oil, are split into fatty acid and glycerol. And finally, proteins from the egg are dismantled into amino acid. Now that they are simple and single molecules, they are small enough to pass through our intestinal wall and ride the bloodstream highway. That's all.
These nutrients travel through the intestinal walls, streaming right into your blood vessels to power your body. Inside the stomach matrix, these compounds are systematically filtered. Excess glucose is stored away as glycogen, acting like your body's personal backup battery. The remaining glucose enters the cellular factory line of glycolysis, generating an immediate net gain of energy molecules.
Oh, hold on. Let's break down glycolysis. The word literally means splitting sugar. This entire process happens outside the powerhouse, right in the fluid of the cell called the cytoplasm. Most importantly, it is completely anaerobic, meaning it doesn't need any oxygen to work. Here is the exact pathway breakdown. It takes a single 6-carbon glucose molecule through 10 quick enzymatic steps. The cell actually has to spend 2 ATP at first to prime the pump, but it creates 4 ATP by the end. That leaves us with a net gain of 2 ATP for immediate energy, along with 2 NADH, which acts as a high energy electron carriers. The final product left behind is 2 3-carbon molecules called pyruvate, which are now ready to hit the mitochondria. Okay, now let's continue with the video.
From there, the processed molecules are ushered directly into the mitochondria. The kicks of the Krebs cycles are continued that heavily charges up your body's energy carriers. Finally, electrons travel down the transport chains, pumping a massive surge of protons across the membrane.
Wait. Let me explain a little bit. This is the big energy jackpot inside the mitochondria, and this entire phase is aerobics, meaning it absolutely requires oxygen to function. Let's check how the fuel moves in 4 simple steps. First, the PDC complex acts as gatekeeper, stripping a carbon of our pyruvate, releasing it as a CO2 gas, and attaching coenzyme A to create acetyl-CoA. This molecule is the universal entry ticket for all nutrients. Second, acetyl-CoA enters the Krebs cycles. The cycle's main job isn't making direct energy. It strips away hydrogen atoms to load up our biological delivery trucks, NADH and FADH2. Third, those trapped drop off their high-energy electron at electron transport chain to power cellular pumps. These pumps pack proton, hydrogen ions across the membrane wall, creating a massive concentration gradient like water held behind a huge dam. Finally, The proton rush back through a spinning molecules turbine called ATP synthase. This physical rotation forces ADP and phosphate together, turning out a massive jackpot of roughly 30 to 32 ATP per glucose molecule. That is where your main energy comes from. Alright, that's all for me. Let's move on.
The drives the cellular turbine, churning out massive amount of ATP, the universal energy currency of life. Any excess energy is packed tightly via triglyceride synthesis, building up long-term energy reserve in your fat cells. While amino acids are sent straight to the front lines, repairing and rebuilding your muscles. The leftover nitrogen waste is safely converted into urea and filtered away by your kidneys.
Oops, let's stop for the last times. Now, let's look at how the body handles a surplus and waste products. If you eat more carbs and fats, then you burn off. Your mitochondrial factory get back up. The excess of acetyl-CoA is diverted away from the energy cycles and built into triglyceride through a process called lipogenesis, which are packed away into your fat cells as stored fat. As for your proteins, amino acids are not stored for later energy. They are immediately used to patch up cellular structures and repair muscle tissues. However, if you have a large excess of amino acids, it triggers the urea cycles. The liver breaks down excess amino acids by stripping away the amino group which contains nitrogens. Because free nitrogens form toxic ammonia, the liver quickly converts it into harmless urea. This urea is carried through your blood to the kidney, filtered out, and safely excreted from the body when you use the restrooms. Okay, let's continue the video.
The component has its purpose balancing quick energy, structural repair, and long-term storage. Through this incredible microscopic network, your morning meal is transformed because food isn't just fuel, but it is energy for life.
Oh, so that's how it works. So glucose provide quick energy through glycolysis.
Fatty acids provide long-term energy and can be stored as a fat. Mitochondria generate ATP through the cycle and electron transport chain.
Amino acid could be protein and also contribute to energy reproduction.